Khan. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the beloved elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. Hey, Shalom, beloved Akim and Akwaf. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just want to touch in on some, pretty much give my spiritual 2 cents regarding, the recent, Sons of Thunder, ministerial mistake they made with joining hand in hand with NOI, the Nation of Islam. And I have another video. I'm going to play the Elder Manat Zakbar's video. I want to play a section of that second video he made about them to highlight a point. And then I have another video, okay, validating the seriousness behind the mistake that they made. Because as the elder mentioned, and as we already know, as we're aware of, Evil E has been trying to link, as he calls us, he calls us the black Hebrew Israelites. But of course, we don't go by that. But he's been trying to link, us Hebrew Israelites to the Nation of Islam. And we see that through the scheming of vocab, no precept Malone. He's in hiding right now. But needless to say, when he first popped up on the scene, or in the beginning stages of his smear campaign against us Israelites, he pushed forth that narrative as well. Because ultimately, you already know Esau has always made those Muslims a face of the boogeyman, you see? And one thing's for certain, bro, when it comes to the NOI, when it comes to the Nation of Islam, and that nonsense, and I'm saying that because it's false doctrine, it's rubbish, bro. They call on Allah, which just means God, all right? It's just title, They believe in some Muhammad, the prophet. He didn't have one prophecy come to pass. He didn't prophesy, all right? And needless to say, it all falls under the U.S. Holy See relations, man. That nonsense. You see, it's a spin-off of Renaissance Christianity, bro. Is what it is. And here it is. You cats are supposed to be, Hebrew Israelites. So obviously, you've learned your doctrine from the elders. Oh, and not to mention, all right, those NOI cats are the same cats that ended up doing bodily harm to the beloved Abba Bivens, bro. And I know this dude, brother, what's his name? We'll get it. I forgot his name. He's leading the charge with those guys. Brother, son, we're going to get the clip. We'll figure it out. But needless to say, I'm sure he knows this. He knows that history because he learned under the elders. So here it is. What kind of sense does that make to have not only individuals that don't subscribe to what you subscribe to, but at the end of the day, their history, right? They put hands on one of the beloved elders, man. And it was the root cause of him being, sent back to the spiritual world, bro. So, hey, just, again, a ministerial error, a ministerial mistake is what it is. And you can repent from it. You can repent. If I were you, I would. But as the scriptures say, we're going to just get a couple of precepts real quick. And then we're going to get those clips. Make the point. Not going to spend much time on this. I just want to put my spiritual 2 cents on it. Showing that, the mistake that was made, man. And Esau, man, you're just giving Esau reasons to blame us, bro. It's not like Esau is not going to already have some type of, how could I say it? He's probably going to have information on us, trying to frame us. He's going to be using that CGI, So now you're just giving him ammo. You see? And this is a serious matter, man. I'm going to show you that clip I got, and the other clip I got is from a News and Prophecy, the beloved priest Ayasha Moff did out of Mississippi. And there was a point that was made there on one of the pieces of information he brought out. And these dudes are just tripping, bro. Let me, bear with me. I'm trying to still learn how to use this phone. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go here. And again, these are fundamental scriptures, you know, but at the end of the day, as scriptures say in Proverbs 4, the 4th chapter, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, but with all that getting, get understanding, bro. A lot of these guys don't have the understanding of these scriptures, man. The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 3, and it reads again, Milk, can two walk together except they be agreed, man? And the answer is no. That's a question. It's a question mark at the end of this precept. And the answer to that question, can two walk together except they be agreed? No, they can't. All right? Is there an agreement with doctrine between NOI and what you teach? Let me get his name. Oh boy, let me see here. Sons of Thunder, but let me get this brother. Let me get this dude's name. Let me try to lock this in. Brother Joel. All right. Do they teach what you teach? No. Do they believe in what you believe in? Nope. So why would you invite them to the Feast of Dedication? Why would you do that? Yeah. That's madness. That's completely crazy. You know, but just goes to show that, you know, you guys, you may know the scriptures, but you lack the understanding. Let's get this, and then we'll get the first clip. Let me see here. I think that's 2 John, the first chapter. This is what I want right here. The book of 2 John chapter 1 and verse 10, and I'm going to go straight to the point, and it reads, if there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed, bro. Okay, these dudes believe in Allah and Muhammad being the prophet. Why would you invite them to the Feast of Dedication, bro? You defiled your feast. Okay, and on top of that, you made a complete error, bro. You know, you made a complete error because now, you know, you put the whole ministry in a position that can get blamed. Because Esau's not, you know, just gonna be talking IUIC or Genesis or Great Millstone. No, everybody's going under that one umbrella. You see? So if they can get a couple of pieces of information off a couple of dummies, you know, doing things that they would love to see you do in this form, in this incident here, you know, they can easily just bump. See, they're linked to that, man. Do you not realize that they're linked to a radical group, bro? They're linked to the radicals, man. You know, the Nation of Islam, man. Why do you think Esau's been trying to link us in with them? You see? Because they come under that Muslim doctrine. Even though the true bred Muslims, they look at them as heretics, believe it or not. You know, but needless to say, they're right there under that wing. You know, they're looked at as straight up DTs. You know what I mean? I mean, Esau labeled us as DTs because of what we say, but they have a track record. You know how Esau's done the Muslims, man. You know how they painted the picture with them. You know, but needless to say, let me get this. Let me continue. Let me get one more precept here. 2 John chapter 1. I'm gonna read verse 10 again, right? If there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, the one true doctrine. There's only one doctrine, man. right? Receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. You had them all around the children. Okay, you can see in the thumbnails, children down there, because you got them all around the children. Okay, you going completely off. But you think what the elder did by rebuking you is going off, but here it is. That was love, bro. As always, you know, you have to understand, when you're being corrected through the Spirit about something that you're doing, you got to analyze it. You know, you got to analyze it like a man, and it's real easy to see that you made a mistake. Okay, because you're leading that charge. You know, you're leading your whole congregation to a downfall, man. You see, and you're gonna cause the ministry to be blamed. I'm gonna go get that too, but hold on, let me get this first. Verse 10, right? If there come any, I'm sorry, verse 11. Forgive me. For he, 2 John, chapter 1 and verse 11. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds, bro. So you're joining yourself unto unto those heretics, man. You joined yourself unto those heretics, man. None of them they didn't convert, like the elder said. None of them converted. You know, if they did, I'm sure you would have put it up. Oh, we got at least one of the four brothers to repent, to come to the, come into the courts of the Lord. Nah, that didn't happen, because they were there for ulterior motives. But you're too proud to see that. Esau, you have to understand, Esau is spying out our liberties, bro. He's using Jake to do it. We're in the time, as Elder Apostle Tahar said, apostasy, sellouts, and agents. Okay, it's no coincidence why during the feast that happened. There's no reason why they probably reached out to you. I don't know how it happened, how they reached out. I'm sure they probably reached out to y'all, but that's not a coincidence, man. You know? But again, you got Jake crashing out. You see? Crash outs. Oh, as a matter of fact, right, when you get this word crash out, check this out. Right? When you get this word crash out, right? Crash out is modern slang for an explosive emotional or mental breakdown from stress or overstimulation, meaning to suddenly lose control, snap, or act impulsively, often with destructive or regrettable behavior. Now, when you get this word impulsively, right, or impulsive, now I want to go to the Cambridge Dictionary. I like how they word it. Bear with me. I like how they write it. Impulsive. Listen. Showing behavior in which you do things suddenly, without any planning, and without considering the effects they may have. Okay? Your boy, brother Joel, he acted like a crash out. You know, because a lot of these guys want to make a name for themselves, bro. That's what it boils down to, man. That's what I'm coming to learn in my very, very short time and being in the truth. A lot of these guys want to make a name for themselves, man. They want to make a name for themselves, bro. You think he don't know that NOI? He knows NOI is mainstream, bro. You know? NOI is mainstream, man. Again, it's under the umbrella of the U.S. Holy See relations, bro. You see? It's a spinoff of Christianity. Let's read this again. Impulsive, right? Goes into this. Showing behavior in which you do things suddenly, without any planning, and without considering the effects they may have. All right? And he didn't consider, right, this stupid move that he did, and then plastering the pictures all over social media can get the ministry blame, bro. Now, real quick, let's do this. And nigga, we're going to show you the severity of what he did. Because, again, I got another clip from one of the other brothers. The brother Yashamag, when he went into a news and prophecy. And they highlighted these Muslims, bro. Let me show you something real quick. Let's get this from the Elder Manata Zakba first. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a couple of minutes of this. Let me see if I can get this to, now I shouldn't have an issue now.
Honest and openly, or very blunt, you dudes was going off, man. All right, and the reason why, because you got this, this photo here with these dudes from Islam, right? These Muslims, black Muslims, whatever they're called, and it's lucky to call them black Muslims. I mean, they're the Muslims, the Nation of Islam, and Hebrew Israelites don't have any business getting together with trying to come together with those of other that worship other gods. To be honest, and I said that in the video, and the video wasn't malicious, but at the end of the day, rebuke is rebuke. And what you find with these Israelites is that they don't handle rebuke very well. They act like they're above being corrected about anything. It's just like normal when you make a rebuke or you notice something that they went off on, and you present it to them instead of being grown-ups and saying, you know what, I can see why you're saying that. They make excuses. And this is the guy I'm responding to in the middle. His name is Joe, I believe, Joel, or Yahweh All, but he said Joe. So if I'm not mistaken, he's the leader of the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It's him and this guy right here next to him. And I'm laughing because the dude right here reminds me of like a black version of Carrot Top, the comedian, with the big, with the burgundy, whatever, the burgundy, what do you call it, hair hat. All right. And when you look at these individuals in the room, it's just, it's almost like a damn prison photo, but it is what it is. I'm not trying to insult. I'm just saying. But they'll probably be insulted. Really, whenever GMS have something to say about another Israelite group, they're immediately insulted. Okay. But this is going off. These Islam dudes, they worship another God. And let's go to the comments and see what the brother said, man. And then I even bring the comments up. Let's actually go there to the comment board and open it up. Salakia. I should have had it up already, but you know how it can be. And this computer's been acting up because this is the second time now I'm attempting to record this. And I guess I should have just did it like this. Yeah. All right. So from the comment board of that video, this is from Brother Joe right here. SOT Israelites, right? He says, watching you break down contrary in the Greek para may have been the best part of the video. Truly hilarious. And, when I went to the word contrary, right, at first I couldn't see the definition inside of the blue letter. I mean, what are you saying, man? Going to Google and looking at the definition of a word, there's nothing wrong with that. It don't have to be in the blue letter, even though I did both. I gave it to you in the blue letter and gave it to you in Google. I mean, the word contrary, everybody know what it means. It's not a fucking mystery, but you're trying to be an asshole. But it's all good, though. So you started out with that. He says, you have truly made it when GMS South Carolina gets emotional and starts jumping to conclusions, making a video about you. And this is Jake attempting to discredit, the rebuke. You're saying that I got emotional and jumped to conclusions. No. Anybody in their right mind can see that this is dumb. This is butt-ass dumb. The only people that'll go along with this is the rest of your deluded followers, right? And weirdo remedial Israelites who, knuckle-dragging Israelites who don't know what the hell is going on. Esau has been steadily trying to link us with Islam, and here you go. Here you go, Mr. Esau. You use this, you assholes.
Right. Right. And out of all those niggas that are with you, not one of them are going to say, yo, brother, that might not be a good idea, bro. It might not be a good idea to have them come to the Feast of Dedication, bro. That don't really, you know what I mean? That's not going to look good. Not one of them, okay? Because he's surrounded by a bunch of yes men. No one had the, testicular fortitude, to say, you know what, brother, that's not a wise thing. This is not going to be a good look. It's going to be something that can get the ministry blamed. Let me go get that real quick. I'm going to get the other video from Yasha Mach, just highlighting the reality of the mistake this dude made. My goodness, man. Are these niggas watching the news or what are they doing? having cookouts, partying and dancing and making up new hit Hebrew Israelite dances. Here's what cats like this are doing. Let me get this real quick. Bear with me. Let me see here. Go back to this KJV. I'm still trying to learn how to work this thing, this phone. The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 3 real quick, right? Yeah, right to the point. Verse 3, excuse me. And it reads, 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 3. And it reads, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed, bro. This precept doesn't come across your mind when a when a decision like that has to be made. If you're a true man of the Lord, you would have considered that. You know? You would have considered, you would have had the foresight. Okay? Especially when things like this are going on in the world. Let me get this real quick. Check this out. Now this clip right here, again, is from the brother Yashima JMS Kingdom Minded, 144. You know, subscribe and be added. I'm sure most of you brothers and sisters are subscribed already. But needless to say, GMS Kingdom Minded, the brother, the priest, Yashima out of GMS, Mississippi, right? He was doing a news and prophecy a day ago, and I was peeping. And he went into a piece of information. Let me see if I can find this part of the video real quick. And I immediately thought about the error that old boy did. And it didn't dawn on me to tap into it until earlier today, when I was just meditating through the spirit. Let me see. I think it's right around here. Yeah, it's right around right here. Now, as we know, 2026 isn't looking too good, right? It's looking real grim, doomy and gloomy, right? So a lot of these countries are not celebrating New Year's. They're canceling those celebrations. Babylon's going all in, head first, But a lot of these other countries are not doing it. All right, we know what happened at Bondi Beach, right, in Australia. All right, and we know supposedly, right, quote unquote, who was behind that. It was some Muslims, right, supposedly, right? So check this out real quick. It's going to all tie in. Check this out.
To live, okay? But you have to understand that these things are being done intentional. Now, I think he's going to play a clip, okay? And you let it play some more. It was around the world. I remember every single year, I'd watch the fireworks over the Sydney Harbor. Okay, I'd watch every single year. Been doing it for I don't even know how long. I'd watch the ball drop in Times Square. I'd watch every single year. I'd watch it. Then I'd obviously watch the fireworks off the Space Needle here in Seattle. So those are just some of the things that I do every single year. Every single year. That, and again, we're not going to see it all this year. Okay, we're not going to see the one in Sydney. We're still going to see the one in New York. Still see the Space Needle do their thing. A little different this year. Yes, it is. Potential radicalism.
Listen.
Now let's talk about it. A beautiful and spectacular event, and it has all been canceled because the French government can no longer keep its own people safe from potential radical Islamic terrorists that they have welcomed into their country. This is not singular to Australia or France. It is everywhere now, including in Germany, where many are too scared to go to the country's many famous Christmas markets because they are now so dangerous. They're such a target for radical Islamists.
Terrorists have struck 7 European Christmas markets since 2014, 3 in France and 4 in Germany, all carried out by men of Muslim or Middle Eastern backgrounds.
So right there in certain countries,
So, with that being said, my goodness, bro. And then we know that, again, I mentioned it earlier in the video, NOI and let me see if I can get it real quick. Here we go. Now, let me see something real quick. Bear with me here, because I have pulled it up. Right here. Now, I asked, what's the difference between the Nation of Islam and the Muslims? Right? Now, real quick, they both tap into Allah. They both tap into Muhammad. Okay? The mainstream Islam, which are the Muslims, right? They actually look at NOI as, they look at them as shirks. It's blasphemous theology. But the world doesn't know that. You see? The world looks at jakes that are claiming to be Nation of Islam as niggas that are in the Muslim world, which is pretty much what it is. So you hear you heard that clip, and you heard what's going down right now on the world stage. And then agreeing to, obviously, the Muslims, they're the boogeyman. And so here it is. NOI, how do they look? They're part of they're part of that party, bro. You see? They're part of that party. And what you did, old boy, right, brother Joel, I'll call you. It's the same thing. You joined yourself to that party, bro. They got that picture. You linked up with them all hugged up, rubbing each other's shoulders, man. But guess what? That makes the whole ministry look tied in, man. This is what you've done. You don't get what you did. You don't get it. So instead of hitting up the elder like, bro, like, wow, the water, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I realized my error. Yeah, I was tripping. Let me take that picture down, And unless one of them niggas slip out of them 3-piece suits, we ain't got no ties with. We can't deal with them. Lose my number. That's what a real man of the Lord would have did. Okay? But I'm sure you didn't, because you had a lot to say towards the elder. You see? Regarding him rebuking you. Disregarding you being rebuked, being straight. That's love, bro. You don't know that? No, you don't. A lot of you guys grew up without dads. And for those of you that came up in the right mind, hey, the Wadi Yahweh shot. But for the most part, bro, cast that grow with no father in the house. That's why we all through as a nation, bro. Okay? Granted, my father was around, not all the time, but, he was around most of the time. I'll put it like that. You know what I'm saying? But needless to say, that's why we as a nation were destroyed. Because Esau done took the strong, he done bounded the strong man. And that's how the houses are under control. And these niggas are growing up emotional and Eves with nuts in the penis and mustaches and beards, bro. Okay? And they're emotional. Man? This is the reality of this thing, man. Let me get this precept. I'm going to close. I'm not going to spend too much time on this dude. I just want to make a point. This is why the elder came through on you, bro. And this is why the spirits on brothers to come through on you. Because you tripping. You made a ministerial mistake. Okay? Ministerial going back to ministry. All right? Hence 2 Corinthians 6. But let's go get this. Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love, man. All right? You can't take the rebuke, then you may not be really cut out, all right, for this mission. A lot of guys think they're cut out for this thing, and they're not. You get told about yourself. You get told that your pants are too tight. Now you want to fight, man. Listen, man, you're tripping. You are completely tripping. Again, Esau is going to already have enough on us. He's going to be using CGI. He's probably going to have pictures of brothers going on their casual with brothers. Going to a bar or something. Probably have a picture of brothers in the bar. Because these bars are taking pictures of brothers now, man. You go socialize. They're putting it on their social media. So here it is. Esau can use that to try to justify you doing some type of way. Esau is already doing enough mischief, bro. There's already enough mischief that we're going to fall victim to. We're already going to be numbered with the transgressors, like Yahushua. Okay? Why would you create more of a problem for the ministry and for yourself, bro? And for your body. For your body of men, man. Foolishness, man. But you already know, beloved, I'm going to actually get one more. I'm going to get one more. Let's get one more. Same book. We're going to stay in Proverbs. And we're going to jump to chapter 29 and verse 1. He that is often reproved hardeneth his neck. All right, and we see he hardened his neck, man. He was feeling real robust, okay? After he was told about himself. You know? Hey, just because nobody within your little circle told you you're going off doesn't mean you're doing the right thing. All right? You're surrounded around a bunch of yes men is the situation. He that is being often reproved, hardeneth his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed, man. And that without remedy, bro. And that open rebuke is what brothers are trying to do to avoid you from falling victim to the destruction, man. You know, but you guys don't see it that way. So, hey, let the dices fall where they may, man. Hey, Lord willing, you beloved Akim and Akwath will edify. Hey, Abaratazai, you were spiritually fed. I'm working on something else too, through the spirit. Lord willing, I'm going to premiere it. I came across a video with Jake, man. Oh, my goodness. Nothing new, though. Nothing you beloved Akim and Akwath aren't familiar with, especially you brothers from down south. You know, you're going to be more than familiar with Jake's mindset, with what came across my feed, man. But we'll see what the Spirit does through the Spirit, Lord willing. I'll be able to premiere that video. But, hey, Lord willing, you beloved Akim and Akwath will edify. Lord willing, you were spiritually fed through the Spirit, power, and mercy, and grace of our power, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Hey, Lord willing, you were informed, man. Lord willing, you were informed, man. Hey, as said beautifully by the beloved Elder Apostle Tahar, the year of apostasies, sellouts, and agents, man. Repent, Jake. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kodash. A double honors to the beloved elders and apostles of the great millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Till next time, beloved Akim and Akwath. Shalom.